Kevin Durant has been one of the most skilled players to ever touch a basketball. At the height of 6'11", he can dribble like a guard but shoot over anyone that guards him. That is why today we are going to be using a brand new Kevin Durant build that gets Hall of Fame blinders in NBA 2K23. If you want to get the highest quality jerseys at the lowest price, go buy some jerseys at Pristine Jerseys. They're gonna have every single jersey that you can imagine, and we can pick this Kevin Durant jersey up right here. Even got the Phoenix Suns version. Now let's get into the video, man. Let's go. All right, now for this version of Kevin Durant, we're actually going to be making this 6'11". You can make this at the small forward position or power forward position. It does not matter. I ended up making it at small forward. But we're going with the height 6'11", weight 210 pounds with a 6'11" wingspan and a compact body shape. Now, if there are people that don't like the 6'11" wingspan, understand I'm only doing this to get Hall of Fame blinders. You want to make a version that gets a wider wingspan. I'm going to be showing that at the end of the video. All right, so now when it comes to the finishing on this build, you're going to get a 75 close shot, which will be enough for silver fast twitch. Then you're going to get an 89 driving layup, which is going to get you fearless finisher on gold, slithery finisher on gold, and overall you're just going to be able to hit a lot of contact layups in the paint. And then third, you're going to get an 86 driving dunk. This is going to get you the contact dunk animations as well as gold limitless takeoff and silver posterizer. Now listen, man, let's take a look at some of these finishing highlights, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I think 86 driving dunk is the perfect sweet spot in this game. If you want to make a build that can dunk, I would say the lowest you can definitely go is 80. It's going to get you a lot of really good animations. And then on the higher end, I recommend if you want to really be able to dunk the ball well, you can go with something like a 93 dunk rating. I don't recommend 99, but 93 is really good if you want to be an elite slasher. The 86 is kind of like in that perfect sweet spot. You're going to get access to contact dunk. As you can see on this build right here, we also get access to slashing takeover, which is going to make it even easier to finish at the rim once you get that takeover activated. We also have a lot of other takeovers that you're going to see later towards the end of this video. This build actually gets every single offensive takeover in this game when it comes to the scoring aspect of this game. All right, and now let's take a look at the shooting capabilities of this build. As you can see right here, we're going to get a 94 mid-range on this build, which is going to get you access to Hall of Fame blinders. And I'm telling you, the Hall of Fame blinders on this build is going to go absolutely insane, especially in the mid-range area with that 94 mid-range. With that Hall of Fame mini magician, you're going to be unguardable in the mid-range area at the height of 6'11", just like Kevin Durant, the Slim Reaper himself. And then he's still a knockdown shooter from three, so you got to get that 89 3 that's going to get you gold agent threes. You're still going to have silver limitless range, gold catch and shoot, Hall of Fame claymore, and you unlock the Kevin Durant base on this build, which is a very important thing to have. Now let's get to some of the highlights right here, man. We're hitting with the sham god into the spin, into the fade from three. We're starting off the rip, man. We got that shot creator take equipped, and again, we're going to be a knockdown shooter from three-point land in the catch and shoot, whether it's shot creating or we can drive to the mid-range area and just shoot over people with that Kevin Durant fade. And that is the best dribble pull-up for bigs in this game. KD is unguardable. Speaking of unguardable Kevin Durant moves, that Kevin Durant hop jumper for the big man is disgusting as well. Again, all these animations you can use on a 6'10" build or taller, and the KD hop jumper you can only use on bigs, which make big men even more unguardable this year, especially if you are a shot creator like myself. And even though we have no post control on this build, I can still take people in the post and use my height and leverage to my advantage. Again, we have that 94 midi and we can still take advantage of it in the post, even though we don't use the post moves. But you know, I definitely felt like having that 94 mid-range is absolutely worth it, and it was something I definitely wanted to try because Kevin Durant was unrealistically efficient from the mid-range area this season. I understand he didn't play a full 65 games, but he had one of the most efficient shooting seasons from any player of all time. He was shooting crazy efficiency from the mid-range area, so I just felt like I had to put that high midi on just to show you guys how broken that high midi can be, and just to show the power of a KD build, a really good KD build in NBA 2K23. Just want to take a look at these two plays real quick before we move on to the playmaking. As you can see, we're having a really good game right here. We're having like 30 plus points on really high efficiency. We're getting doubled. We could just spin around people and just shoot fades over people. Now right here, we're dribbling like a guard, hitting with a little hezzy cross to the left into a pull-up, and it's money. Now I couldn't move on to the playmaking category without giving you guys the jump shot I have been using throughout this video, which is going to be base Kevin Durant, release 1 Tim Duncan, and release 2 Dirk Nowitzki. As you can see, one of the two main things that I love having on this type of jump shot, especially since it's a KD base, is an A+ release height as well as an A+ defensive immunity. Going to shoot over people, you're going to hit some crazy contested shots with that jump. All right, so now the playmaking is going to be very simple. You're going to get a 70 pass accuracy, which is going to get you silver break starter. You're also going to get a 75 ball control, which is going to get you bronze quick first step, as well as some really good dribble animations, which include most of the Kevin Durant dribble animations in this game. The Kevin Durant size of escape package, the Kevin Kevin Durant moving crossover. You're going to have a lot of really good dribble animations to use, even though you only have a 75 ball control. Then you also have a 67 speed with ball. All right, so now let's take a look at some of these playmaking and highlights, man. Listen, you're going to be able to dot open shooters. You're going to be able to throw the break. It's very simple. It's not going to be anything crazy. You don't have a super high pass accuracy like in the high 80s or mid to high 90s. You know, it's going to be very simple stuff. You see an open guy, you can hit him, and it's going to hit him on target. Nothing too crazy, no flashy passes. It's just going to be simple stuff. Listen, you're not Jokic, you're not Curry, you're not any other really good passing player that has high pass accuracy. Okay, you're KD, you're a shot creator. You don't really pass the ball and facilitate it that crazy, but that's totally fine because you can do everything else. All right, so now moving on to the defense, you're going to get a 72 interior defense, a 76 perimeter defense, which is going to get you pick dodger on silver. You're going to get a 61 steal, a 75 block, which is going to get you bronze anchor, as well as gold chase down artist, and a 71 defensive rebound, which will get you bronze rebound chaser. Now listen, man, I don't have a crazy amount of defensive highlights on this build, man. This is not a Giannis build. This is not Anthony Davis. This is not Dikembe Mutombo. That was a weird name that just popped into my head, but we're gonna go with it. You're going to be a good perimeter defender given how tall you are, and then you're going to be a decent rim protector. Okay, that 75 block is going to do way more than you think it could, and a 72 interior defense is going to be passable. You still get some chase down animations, but understand, man, you're not going to be getting like 3-4 blocks a game, getting like 5-6 steals a game. That's not who you are. You're Kevin Durant. You're the greatest offensive force on the planet, man. They couldn't make him a good defender too, bro. Like, that would have been a cheat code. All right, so now we're looking at the build fully maxed out, and as you can see, you're going to get 16 finishing, 29 shooting, 14 playmaking, and 15 defensive badges. With the extra badges that I had, I ended up putting 2 into playmaking to get me 16 playmaking so I can use silver unpluckable, and then I ended up putting the rest of the 5 badges that I have into shooting. But now let's talk about that 6'10" version of this build that's going to get a larger wingspan. As you can see on the bottom right, a 7'4" wingspan. You're still going to have pretty much the exact same attributes, more defense, a higher ball handle, pretty much around the same 3-point rating, and you're also going to have an 85 mid-range instead of a 94. This is still going to get you access to Hall of Fame amp, which I think is really nice to have on a build that doesn't have handles for days at a high rating. And now let's talk about the takeovers. You're going to get slashing, shot creating, sharp shooting, as well as lock takeovers on this build. Now, when you guys are using this build, you can pretty much switch between any of these whenever you want, as long as you have Mamba mentality, of course. But the ones that I mainly used are the shot creating takeovers. I've been testing out negative impact a little bit, and I've liked it. It's one of the only shot creating takeovers that actually give you some sort of benefit to all of the shots, where ankle breaking shots only works with step backs and pull up precision only works with the dribble pull up annies. But now you can see the build is complete, and you're going to get the build name Sharpshooter on this build because the mid-range is upgraded so high. You're going to get the build name Sharpshooter. If you make the 6'10" version, you're going to get the build name 3-level score. I hope you enjoyed this video, but I'm out, man. Peace. Katie's a bitch.